Well, it's still very windy outside, so I'm inside my greenhouse here at home. And all I'm looking at is something that's been on my list to do things for quite a while. This year, I grew lots of strawberries in hanging baskets that I kept inside the greenhouse. These are our first year plants, so strawberries generally have a lifespan of about 3 years before they start to not produce as many strawberries. So for the first year, I wanted to get these in hanging baskets inside the greenhouse to try and get some early strawberries. It worked really nicely, it has to be said. But in year 2, these are going to go outside. In year 3, down on the allotment, and after that, they will end up in the compost heap. But the great thing with strawberries, and this one is doing it perfectly, is that they pot out runners, which gives us the opportunity to grow more plants. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. Now, here we've got 2 different varieties here. This one's Pristine, which is a variety I was going to show you what I'm going to do. But this one here to the left is called El Santa. And what I've realised is we've got an actual runner that's come across and has bedded itself into the Pristine hanging basket. Now, that's not a huge problem. I've spotted it in time. So what we're going to do is just try and dig this one out. There we go. It's a little bit on the dry side because it's in a greenhouse. As you can see, we've got some good roots already on that, which is what we want. So what I'm going to do, just going to grab myself a pot. It's a bit tricky to do. We're just going to get those roots really down inside that. Pop that all in, and then we're going to pop that up there with the El Santa so we know what variety is what. Right, I'm happy with that one. So what I want to do now is come to this other plant, this Pristine variety. And if we take one of these stalks, we've got the potential for 2 plants. As you can see, these are the bits we're looking for. They look like little strawberry plants. They haven't got any roots on the bottom, but eventually they will root. So what I'm going to do, I've got 2 small pots here, just with multi-purpose compost, nothing special in them. And we're just going to pop these into the pots just on top of the soil. And then what I've also got, these little bits of green gardening wire that I've made into little, almost staple shape, just to push those down and hold them against that garden, that compost. That way they should hopefully root pretty quickly. It won't take them long to root, and then eventually once they are rooted and seem to be doing okay, we can cut them off from the runners and we end up with more strawberry plants. So carrying on with that, let's put another pot in there, in fact another 2 pots, because I think we've got at least 4 more runners from this one plant alone. There could be more in the future as well, so we could end up with quite a few more strawberries from this one plant alone. So that's quite a young runner, but never mind, we will get that into place. So there we go. That's 5 strawberry runners now planted up. I'm just going to check over any of my other plants and see if we have any more runners. They've got potentially 1 more in the making. It's not quite ready just yet, but for the time being, you know, 5 extra strawberry plants ready for next year. That will fill this greenhouse up nicely. These ones will go outside, as I said, and then the year after that, these ones will end up down on the allotment, and the ones, or these runners that I'm potted up today, will end up outside. That's kind of how I got my routine going in keeping them on this sort of 3-year turnover. I find that growing them in hanging baskets makes it a lot easier to replace them after 3 years. Now, of course, you could keep them going for longer than 3 years, but they aren't as productive. Sticking with the 3-year method seems to work really, really nicely. Right, well, let me know if you are able to get any more plants for free using a similar method down in the comments. I'd love to find out more about that. Until next time, please take care.